Hello everyone, Damien back in Path of Exile 3.17 Archnemesis League. So today it's a little video about my progress on the first day. So I started with a witch, playing skeletons and zombies to level. And in Act 3 I dropped a jewel, which is this one, Dead Reckoning, which is a jewel that people use to play skeleton mages. And so I leveled up with skeleton mages. It was pretty fun. And when I checked the price, when I dropped it in Act 3, it was worth 8C, so 8 chaos. And by the time I got to Act 9, it was a lot more expensive. I didn't check the price of this one right away. I checked one of the jewels that I would need for Carrion golems later on in the game, because someone in my guild dropped the jewel. And when I checked the price, it was worth 5C, and when I got to Act 9, it was already at like almost 10. So when I got to Act 9, I decided to farm heist for a little while and buy all of the jewels that I needed later to play Carrion Golem, because they got up in price, and it was the best way, to save some currency and some time. So I got to Act 9 in like, I don't know, 7.5 hours, maybe 7 hours, something like that. And I spent around 1.5 hours in heist just doing the chaos recipe, but I didn't use any software, any tools. I just did it by myself with my brain. And I think I made roughly 40C in like an hour and a half. It's pretty good, it's not bad. And I bought all of the jewels except for the cheapest one, because it was just like 2C and I knew it was not gonna go up. And I saved the jewels, and then I kept going on the campaign, and I finished Act 10. So in total it took me 9 hours and a half because of my little detour in heist. I'm not the fastest man on PoE, that's for sure, but it's okay. It's pretty decent in my opinion, especially for a minion build, because I feel like they are not as fast as some other spares and um, skills. Anyway, so I just continued with my skeleton mages and zombies, and yeah, after a while I was a little bit tired of skeleton mages because you always have to summon them, and it's a very, very slow playstyle, because every time you summon them, your character will stop, summon, stop, summon, and the damage was not great. And as soon as I got to like high yellow maps, I was like, nah, it's not very, very good anymore. And I was pretty lucky because I dropped one exalted orb, and this jewel, who, yeah, became like 6 or 7 times more expensive. Um, so what I did before that is I farmed a 6 link, also in heist, but I did that a little bit later. I did that when I already had like 30 maps done. I had so many contracts that I was like, oh, well, I think that chest might also become more expensive later. Right now, one card is only 8C, so I should just go and farm them quickly. It took me like a couple hours, I think. I also did some chaos recipe and other stuff, but mostly it was the chaos recipe and the drops, because when you do ice contract, you drop a lot of chaos. And yeah, I bought 6 cards, so for around 8C each, and I got my 6 link. And after that, I was like, well, 6 link is nice, but it would be even better if I could use the exalted orb I just dropped and buy some cold iron points. So I checked the price. one coloring point was around 1 eggs. I was like, that's a bit too expensive. But quickly after that, they dropped in price from like 80C to like 60 something. So I decided to sell my Exalted Orb, buy a coloring point, and then sell this jewel to buy the second coloring point. So my character is all done. I already switched to Carrion Golems. My gems are not leveled up, they are like level 16, 17, 18. Maybe some of them are even lower than that. Yeah, 16. Yeah. But it's pretty good. I'm very glad I made the change because the character became a lot stronger and a lot faster suddenly. Um, yeah, so a little trick for the jewels because you need 4. You need an enemy stun. Well, you don't really need the other ones. You know, the one that's mandatory is the enemy stun. And then you can have Primordial Eminence, Primordial Harmony, and Primordial Might. The Might is the most expensive one. This one is the second more expensive, and this one is the third more expensive. So what you do, there is a recipe for Primordial Might, 1 Primordial Might, 1 Primordial Eminence, and 1 Primordial Harmony. You sell those 3 to the vendor, and then you will get an Anima Stun. And it's usually cheaper than just buying the Anima Stun. So that's what I did. I did the recipe and saved some currency. I didn't want to use a Primordial Might because it's more expensive. And early in the league like this, it doesn't make a huge difference, in my opinion. So I just got an Eminence to have a little bit more attack and cast speed. And to give them some armor, so they are a little bit stronger, tankier. And I got 2 harmonies. So I can have 4 Carrion Golems. Except from that, there is nothing really crazy in the tree. I think in total it cost me around 4 to 5 Exalted Orbs on the first day to make this build. It's not a great one. As you can see, my life is super low, like 3k. And when I switched, I think it was like 2.7k, extremely low. Because all of my gear is very bad except for the coloring points and the 6-link astral plate. Everything else is super bad. Like this one, it's just a recipe. I didn't craft it. I got you use a recipe and then you can get +1 to level of seconded minion gems, and then you just use your currency to add, 1, 2, 3 mods. And I was a little bit lucky with a res, but that's it. There is no life here. There is no life, no life, no life. Here there is only 27 life, it's like nothing. 38 life, this one has no life. So most of this gear is really, really bad. It's like trash. And that's why my life is so low. With like T2 to T3 life everywhere, I would probably be around 4k life, and it would be a lot better. But anyway, it's the first day, so you cannot have everything. I'm pretty happy I made the build like this. I could switch that fast because I don't know what the price is going to be tomorrow. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I completed 49 maps. And to show you that the build is pretty good, I even finished Uber Lab. Where is it? Here. Well, we can see I finished Uber Lab as well. First try, didn't die. So this build right now is pretty strong. If you want to look at the POB, I will put it in the description. We are at around 900k DPS, maybe with the zombies together, maybe 1 million DPS. In the configuration, I didn't cheat, so the boss, yes, serious. If you don't choose a boss, your damage will be a lot higher. So we have a boss, serious. We do have 10 minions, as you can see. 3 specters and 7 zombies. The Carrion Golems don't count, so 10. We also have 10 here. They are not golems, so yeah, that's right. Feeding Frenzy is active because I have Feeding Frenzy right here in the helm, So these guys activate Feeding Frenzy. And the maximum effect of Pride is when you stay next to the boss long enough, it will, Pride will become at the maximum effect, which will deal more damage. Actually, a lot more. And that's why usually you see me or some other players just walking around the boss closely, because if you don't, you lose a lot of DPS. So this is not cheating, this is just a play style. If you always stay far away from your minions, well, you can just put initial effect if you want, but you lose a lot of damage if you play like that, so I don't think it's very good. Right? And they do use power and frenzy charges because my specters, I have one host chieftain and one host chieftain and two carnage chieftain, and they give frenzy and power charges to everyone, including myself. So it's a very legit POB. And yeah, I didn't even select the flasks, as you can see. Really, this one has nothing? Wow. My flasks are super bad as well. This one is decent, but all the other ones are really bad. Well, 50 or more is not bad, it's tier 3. But attack speed, we don't care about that in this build. We don't leech attack damage, and this one has nothing. So yeah, it's really a character that is, well, first day, right? There is so many things to improve. And so tomorrow and the day after, my goal is going to try to add the animate guardian. So for that, I'm gonna have to get a bone helmet with elder influence. I level 80, like I said in my previous video, and I'm gonna have to try to craft it, and then try to get an animate guardian to level 21, and buy the gear for him. It's probably gonna cost a few exalted orbs, so I don't know when I will be able to do it. I don't know if I can do it tomorrow or the day after. But once this will be done, I will still have to buy the awakened gems, and then the build will be pretty much done. So my goal is to be done with this by Tuesday maximum, because after that I'm gonna go back to work, so I won't have so much time. I want this build to be done and be able to really farm the end game once, just before I have to go back to work. Anyway, I'm gonna show you a couple videos so you can see the build in action, because now it's pretty late and I'm super tired. I don't really want to play anymore. Here we go. So this is just 4 bosses. It's an invitation, 4 bosses. We still have Maven in 3.17. You can see it's the league. No problem with that. It's the second invitation that I had to do. There was one before that. It's pretty easy, just 4 bosses, there is nothing special. And you see that my life was very low. I did that when I was level 77, I think. Something like that. And without the Uber Lab, I was losing a lot of tankiness as well. But, well, it's overpowered compared to the content that I am at right now. So it seems pretty easy. But later, once I will get to like higher red tier maps, I think it's gonna be like a wall. It's gonna be a huge step, unless I can craft that helm first, but not sure. Oh, looks like the video player doesn't wanna work. It's a little bit tired as well. Well, I'm not gonna bother with it then. Use of invitation. The map is pretty much the same. Let's see if we can make it work anyway. Yeah. Sometimes when you close a video and you open another one super fast, it does that. Okay. I think this is a tier 8 map. Again, I was not as high level as now. I was like 3 level behind, I think. So that's why my HP was a lot lower. But it was the same build except some life nodes that I took after. So you see it's pretty fast. It can easily do yellow maps and low red maps, no problem. I'm gonna need the animate guardian for red maps, for high tier red maps, and probably the awaken gems for tier 14 plus, just to feel better. But I also have to collect my chaos resistance. I mean, there's a lot of things I still have to do. Can't do everything on the first day. Alright, so as you can see, the map is pretty fast. The life is not moving a lot, even though uh, it's very low. I even leveled up. And can we go faster to the boss? So you see, I think it's a double boss. Yeah. 2 bosses with curses on me and still no problem for tier 8. Alright, so yeah, the build works pretty much like it always has. So there is nothing new about that. I'm even missing some gems because, it's not optimized yet. Anyway, that's all for today. I will probably post another video tomorrow for day number 2, then day number 3 and day number 4 before I go back to work, and then I will probably only post every 2 or 3 days. Anyway, we'll see. Alright, thanks for watching, and see you next time.